Can you hear me? Somebody watch this site. I made a new. I made a new one. If anybody here, can you watch? Sorry, I just made a new live streaming page. Can you hear me? Somebody here? I appreciate if you answer. You can hear the sound or not. If you watch, please type the message to here. Let me know. Can you hear? Audio good? Okay, audio good. Just a moment. So now okay. 兄弟たちに出会うため私が生まれてきたわけは友達みんなに出会うため私が生まれてきたわけは愛しいあなたに出会うため春暮れが花をのずから咲くように秋暮れが葉をのずから散るように幸せになるために誰もが生まれてきたんだよ悲しみの花の後から喜びの実が実るように私が生まれてきたわけはどこかの誰かを傷つけて私が生まれてきたわけはどこかの誰かに傷ついて私が生まれてきたわけはどこかの誰かに救われ私が生まれてきたわけはどこかの誰かを救うため夜が来て闇のずからしみるよ朝が来て光をのずから照らすよ幸せになるために誰もが生きているんだよ悲しみの海の向こう 皆にしてくるように私が生まれてきたわけは愛しいあなたに出会うため私が生まれてきたわけは愛しいあなたを守るため
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm so sorry, machine accident, and this happens so many times. Though I'm Reverend Koji Jeff Ezaki, the resident minister of Haleiwa Jodo Mission. So many of you who are watching this channel might think, yeah, I know you are Ezaki Sensei, but because this streaming service is available all over the world, so I must introduce myself to the people who is seeing me for the first time. Also, this is my first experience speaking via live stream on YouTube. I'm quite nervous now. So, our current Haleiwa Jodo mission's operation has been limited due to the COVID-19 outbreak. We have only not observed our Sunday services, but also our memorial services, bone dance practices, and meditation practices at the temple since March. However, the teachings of Buddha continue to reach us through different medias such as live streaming like today. It is a privilege to be able to conduct today's service and speak my message to you. I'm very appreciative of today's technology in helping reach out and bring together people during this stay-at-home order time in Hawaii. The Haleiwa Jodo mission closed both the main front and Haleiwa Road facing gates. We have two gates. We closed two gates since March 25. However, both gates don't have any locks, so you are able to slide and open the gate. So please feel free to come in on the temple grounds. Or if you call me ahead of time, I will open the gate for you. The Haleiwa Jodo Mission Sunday School is still accepting donation items for their garage sale. This is a good time to clean your house. Your spare time can be used to clean your house and storage. So if you want to donate anything, any kinds of after finding unwanted things in your house, please drop them off at the Haleiwa Jodo Mission. You can come anytime. So my wife, Tomomi, my children, Miku and Sae, and myself always clean the main temple, yard, social hall, and kitchen, ready to be used anytime when the pandemic ends. So the Haleiwa Jodo Mission is waiting for you to come and to see your happy faces after we beat this notorious virus. Okay, so let's begin the service reading the invocation and singing Bandana and Tisarana. Invocation. Amida Buddha, the awakened one, the compassionate one, we ask for your guidance on this happy day. Lead us from the numbness of routine and from all bitterness of heart to a peaceful place of compassion and wisdom. Grant us the strength and abiding consciousness to work together harmoniously in our temple and our community. Help us to always remember that life is one, and therefore that all living things coexist and are interconnected. and that your infinite light of compassion shines upon the hearts of everyone. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu. Bandana Pisarana. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sammasambuddhassa. Obeys him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Dhammam saranam gacchāmi, Sangham saranam gacchāmi. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dhamma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. 週か月影。月影の至らぬ里はなけれども崇むる人の心に属すOlam so bright, why this world expands only make earnest gaze. Achieve up with him, embraced by serenity. Next is reading the Eightfold Path. Please read with me. The Eightfold Path, the Buddha teaches us that we may become pure and holy by following the rules he laid down for us. Let us repeat them and also remember at all times what they mean. First, right understanding. Let us learn and try to understand the truth. Second, right purpose. Let us try always to do what is right. Third, right speech. Let us be truthful and kind in all we say. Fourth, right conduct. Let us try to behave ourselves at all times. Fifth, right livelihood. Let us earn our living in a way which will not harm anyone. Sixth, right endeavor. Let us constantly try to become better. Seventh, right thought. Let us cherish our thoughts because our words and our actions arise from our thoughts. Eighth, right meditation. Let us think often of Amida Buddha and repeat the sacred name, Namu Amida Butsu. May the sacred presence of Amida, who said he would, by his teaching, be our guide. May we follow his glorious example and tread with unfaltering steps this noble path until we too shall attain enlightenment. Namu Amida Butsu. Next is golden chain. Please read with me. I am linking Amida Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that what I do now depends my happiness or misery. May every link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namu Amida Butsu. Next is pledge. To the Buddha who promised to be present in his teaching, we pledge our loyalty and devotion. We dedicate our thoughts, words, and deeds to his service and the way of life he laid down for us. We resolve to follow his example and to have reverence for our religion, respect for our parents and teachers, and love for all forms of life. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu. Next, we recite Nembutsu, Namu Amida Butsu with striking the mokugyo. So I strike the mokugyo and recite Namu Amida Butsu. So please put your hands together in gassho and recite with me. 光明返上実法世界念仏主上摂取不捨ナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブ Okay, now we recite Amida Buddha's sacred name, Nam Amida Butsu, 10 times together. 如来大慈悲愛民5年度小10年ナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブツナムアミダブ。Hi, once again, good morning, everyone. It is very nice of you to watch this live streaming Sunday service from your homes. The Haleiwa Jodo mission's priority is definitely your health and safety. So today is March 3rd, and this is our family service, which is usually held on the first Sunday of each month at the temple. As you know, COVID-19 has been spreading rapidly across the world, as well as in Hawaii. The US President Donald Trump declared the national emergency on March 13, and Governor Ige of the state of Hawaii proclaimed the stay-at-home order on March 25. So since then, all non-essential workers have been required to stay at home, and many stores and restaurants temporarily closed. The stay-at-home order will be until end of May. So many Buddhist temples in Hawaii have already decided to cancel their bondans in June and July. So we are feeling anxiousness because, especially because we don't know how long this situation will continue. This pandemic will surely change our lifestyle in the future. So I know everybody is frustrated, but please stay at home to keep away from the virus. The Haleiwa Jodo mission and I wish for your well-being and happiness. Humans have fought many pandemics in history: plague, cholera, yellow fever, and smallpox. Not only these four, but there was malaria, Ebola fever, Hansen's disease, tuberculosis, and so on. We are still fighting with the flu every year. These diseases are caused by a virus or bacteria. You know, in the 14th century, the plague spread throughout the European countries. It is said 1/3 of the population in Europe died by this epidemic. Around the same time, the Inca Empire in South America and Aztecs in Mexico perished and was destroyed completely by the smallpox. Back to the year 735, over 1,200 years ago, a smallpox outbreak occurred in Japan. It is said 25% of the Japanese citizens died. So during this spread of the disease, people heavily leaned on Buddhism and prayed for Buddha's help. In order to hold down this pandemic, the ruler at that time commanded to build a great Buddha in Nara. The great Buddha in Nara, which you may have visited in Japan, was a result of the pandemic. So today, smallpox is eradicated. Human got the victory over the smallpox by creating a vaccine. Here is another story. Do you know the relation between the Panama Canal and pandemic? The Panama Canal construction project started in 1869. From 1880 to 1889, during these 9 years, about 30,000 workers died by an unidentified disease. At first, they didn't know why people died one after another. Finally, they found that it was a mosquito that brought out this pandemic, yellow fever and malaria. Yellow fever is not eradicated yet, but a vaccine is available today in helping to hold it down around the world. In a long history, humans have created vaccines and antibiotics and have been struggling to fight many diseases. So have you ever heard the story titled Played Piper of Hamelin? Played Piper of Hamelin in the Grimm's fairy tale. This story is fictitious, but based on a true story that took place in German. The story goes something like this. In 1284, in the German town of Hamelin, they are facing a rat infestation. This, a piper diseased in a bright cloth coat of many colors appeared. So this piper promised to get rid of the rats in return for a payment, to which the townspeople agreed to. Although the piper got rid of the rats by leading them away with his music, the people of Hamelin reneged on their promise. The furious piper left, vowing revenge. On the 26th of July of the same year, the piper returned and led the children away, never to be seen again, just as he did the rats. Nevertheless, 3 children were left behind. One of the 3 was lame and could not keep up. Another was deaf and could not hear the music, while the third one was blind and could not see where he is going. All 3 children survived. This story is very mysterious. Caused by rats, with a huge number of children in Hamelin victimized by the disease. So this story may teach us a lesson today to practice the stay-at-home policy. All visitors arriving in the state of Hawaii were and are still required to a 14-day quarantine. This strategy drastically lowered the number of visitors to Hawaii. So do you know the origin of the word quarantine? The word quarantine came from Italy, from a Venetian dialect, quarantina. In 1377, the plague spread in Italy. At that time, people were required 30 days of isolation. But 30 days isolation was not enough to recover from the disease. So they changed it to 40 days of isolation. In the Venetian dialect, 40 days is quarantina. After that, the word quarantina became the meaning isolation from the disease. And in English, quarantine. That's the origin of the word quarantine. To tell the truth, I had a disease when I was 4 years old. It was scarlet fever. It was, this disease has almost disappeared in recent years. Only a very small number of children became infected 50 years ago. I really don't remember what happened to me because I was very little. But I do remember not being hospitalized, but being isolated in a bedroom in our house with my brother and sister being kept away from me. Whoever stayed with me washed their hands with alcohol. My quarantine was about a month. I think, I remember about a month. As a physically active 4-year-old kid, I was so bored and wanted for the last day of my quarantine to end. That's my memory of my quarantine. This is the second time quarantine in my life. This time I'm 4 years old. Okay, now let's think about viruses. Virus. A virus is a microbe. So is virus a being or non-being? What do you think? Actually, we cannot say it is a being or non-being. It has a DNA, but it cannot move by itself. Just like a car without an engine. If your car doesn't have engine, do you say it is a car? I would say it is like a car, but not a car. COVID-19 is almost the same. COVID-19 itself cannot travel by itself. It attaches onto people, and people becomes the vehicle and carries it throughout the world. Okay, think about it. The stay-at-home order is a perfect way to weaken the power of the virus. If everybody stays in place, the virus will have no vehicle to move from. It will lose its power. Also, it is very important for us to have thoughtfulness and kindness to others. Why do we stay at home? Why do we have to put the face masks on? Why do we have to keep social distance? The reason is to protect ourselves and to protect others. Don't forget, you stay at home for others. Put the face masks on for others and keep 6 feet for others. If we are kind to others, if we treat others with consideration and thoughtfulness, the virus will disappear naturally. So it's a time that we humans unite and go over these obstacles. Okay, thank you very much. In conclusion, one more time, let us all put our hands together in Gasho and recite Amida Buddha's sacred name, Namu Amida Butsu, 10 times. Namu Amida Bu, Namu Amida Bu, Namu Amida Bu, Namu Amida Bu. Namu Amida Bu, Namu Amida Bu, Namu Amida Bu, Namu Amida Bu. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Bu. Okay, next is singing Nembutsu and reading benediction. Amida Buddha surrounds all men in all forms of life with infinite love and compassion. Particularly does he send forth loving thoughts to those in suffering and sorrow, to those in doubt and ignorance, to those who are striving to attain truth, and to those whose feet are standing close to the great change called death. Amida Buddha sends forth oceans of wisdom, mercy, and love. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu. Hey, thank you very much for watching my live streaming Sunday service. I'm so sorry at the beginning. I not used to get used to this, the devices. So maybe next time I can do it more nicely. Ne? Okay, so please stay healthy and happy. So I'm looking forward to seeing you after we get over this crisis. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.